U T
Hi, groovy people.
N
And Justin's like,
E.
it's me, Zen Jen, and this is dedicated to my friend Marie in England, who has a 4-year-old, and she asked me, what sort of things did you do with Justin when he was younger? Well, kind of the same things we're doing right now with Justin when he's older. This is his friend Bryn, who works with him.
Hi.
Hey. Okay. And so my idea early on is that I thought my kids were going to be able to talk or communicate and have friends and be having full lives from the very beginning. So I have always taught them and expected that from schools and people that work with them, and tried to bridge gaps socially with them. So I've always had a pretty kind of weird and fun kind of hippie mom mentality, where I took a hippie trip with them when they were really young. Yeah, Justin, do you like that? We went to the beach, we started bike riding, we did things that every family does, but it took us a lot longer to do them. And it was a little bit more challenging. But what I initially did with the kids is I talked to them just like they could hear me. And I think a lot of times, I think I was shown, I think it's the TEACH method that a school district started when my kids were young. That was when everything was really like just starting and nobody really knew what method they were doing, so they would show me this experimental classroom and be like, don't you want your kid here? And I'd be like, no. Because there were no friends and nobody in the entire room was talking. They were just putting flashcards in front of kids and they weren't speaking in the room. And I thought, well, I talk to my kids, and I've still been asked that today, like, how do you get your kid to do this? And I'm like, I talk to him. So I'm pretty talkative, as you might know. And so I've always just talked about how I felt and what I'm thinking out loud. And I think it helped my kids to be able to process language better. I also have taught Justin and Brianna how to type. Brianna, before she spoke at 5, used sign language for an entire year, and she really took off. I learned it, and I already knew a lot because I was very interested in languages, so sign language especially was one of my interests, so I just happened to know some. So we kind of used that a lot. And with Justin, the same thing, except I'd have to go, look, Justin, because he was always looking down or really engaged in something isolating. And so I'd be like, look, Justin, look. And I'd be in his face and I'd play. And every person that worked with him, I'd expect the same thing, that they would speak to my child as if they understood and as if they were their friend, rather than punitively, So anyway, now I think my kids understand almost everything, and it's been a challenge. I mean, it's just been the last few years that I've been able to introduce like complicated social concepts to Brianna, like, loving someone, having, feelings that are beyond just just concrete things. She's just now understanding a lot of more abstract. So it's been every time that I see even a little bit of progress, I push further. And I think that has helped. And I've always thought, Justin, well, if he's not going to talk, he'll write his story. So I've taught him to use the keyboard. I always have taught him to write and pushed him beyond what most people thought was... I'd always insist on words being with pictures when he was little, and they'd be like, he's got to learn pictures. I'm like, those pictures aren't meaningful to him, like in PECs, stick figures. So I'd be like, words are meaningful. He understands the word, he hears the word. So I would insist that the word would be included on anything. And I got a lot of resistance, honestly, and I got that typical, like, kids don't develop that way. My kid develops differently. So basically, I've pushed people. Some push away, and some of them I pushed further, and they grew, and I grew, and Justin and Brianna have definitely grown, and it's been worth it. So mommies and daddies, trust yourself and push people, because that's what our kids are here to teach us, is to trust ourselves and to just go for it. So on that note, I have a question for you. What do you want to do before you die? There's this trailer. I was shared a movie with. I subscribed to Tim Ferriss's blog. He wrote the 7-hour work week, something like that, 8-hour work week. Anyway, and so I want to build a car that's sustainable. I have one in my head. I want to build a house, like a fun park house, that we can share with people, and build friendships with everyone all over the world, and have my kids do the same, and have the ability for them to have independent lives as well, and share their dreams and tell me what they want to do before they die. So watch the trailer on YouTube called, I'll also post it on the blog, but it's called This Buried Life. It's about 4 guys that go around the world and or the country, I'm not sure, in a bus, and they share their dreams, they cross off things off their bucket list, and they help other people do the same. So on that note, thanks for listening. Sorry it's long, but peace, love, and have a great week. It's spring break for us. We're gonna have fun.